I am very sure before coming online today, there is something you ought to have done, but you have been postponing it for a very long time. When time comes for you to do it, you shift it forward without any cause, without any reason. This is called procrastination. And when you realize you have been procrastinating a lot, you start calling yourself lazy. Now, this is where I am going today. Procrastination does not really mean you are lazy. And I'm going to show you. If this is your first time in my class, click on the plus button and follow me so that you can have access to more other classes like this. Let's begin with what procrastination really is. Procrastination is not just being lazy. Procrastination is basically delaying something you intended to do, even though you know that the delay might cause problem later. You might want to call yourself lazy because of that, but that is not totally correct. According to a research done by two major psychologists, Fuchsia Cyrus and Timothy Pico, these two researchers suggested that procrastination is strongly connected to emotion regulation, which means sometimes you don't avoid the task just because you are lazy or because you don't care about it. You avoid the uncomfortable feeling that comes when doing the task. I'm going to explain this more further. For example, you have a task at hand to be done, but then when you start doing that task, there is this feeling that comes that makes you feel uncomfortable, that make the task feel boring to you, and it makes it also very difficult to do. This uncomfortable feeling is what you are basically avoiding, not just because you are lazy or you don't think the task is necessary. So I want you to think back and realize the things that you have procrastinated. Are they things that makes you feel uncomfortable or things that you actually enjoy doing? Once you understand that, you will understand everything I am saying here. So I'm going to show you a little illustration, a cycle in which procrastination can actually be formed. And this will help you see the bigger picture. The first cycle begins with the task. You have a task to be done. But because the task requires you an effort, you start feeling uncomfortable to perform the task. You can also call it discomfort while doing the task. So after the feeling of discomfort or you feel uncomfortable, then you find a way to want to avoid the task. After avoiding the task, there is a feeling that comes with it. And this feeling is called temporary relief. So after you feel a relief just because you have avoided the task, then you remember that there is something you are supposed to do that you have not done. This creates a feeling of guilt and stress because something that you have left undone will continue to give you more discomfort. The longer you leave it, the harder it gets to execute. So after you feel that guilt and you want to come back to it, it would have produced more discomfort. The uncomfortable feeling you will feel will be more than the one you felt in the beginning. Then with that much more feeling, you want to avoid the task again. So this gives you another reason to avoid the task again. And then avoiding the task makes the task pending. So you can say the cycle: the task, the uncomfortable feeling or discomfort, the avoidance, then the temporary relief, then the guilt and stress after the relief, then more discomfort, then more avoidance, and you roll back to the task. So the more you avoid or the more you crave for that temporary relief, the more the cycle continues. That is why you see yourself procrastinating. I will do it today. Today comes, you shift it. I will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, you shift it. Next tomorrow. So this is what is actually making you to procrastinate. Not just because you are lazy, but You are just trying to avoid the uncomfortable feeling that comes when doing the task. So that is going to be the end of today's class. In the next class, I'm going to be explaining how you can actually break free or beat this feeling. So click on the plus button, follow me, and I will see you in the next video.